A familiar face from his YouTube blogs. We speak with the host of Club Talks. The next generation of players give their thoughts. Two brothers share the stage to tell us about their club. We hear from another French story. And we round up other stories from across Europe. Welcome. This is EPFA News. We begin with a player from England from an Italian background and his more than 13-year journey with powerchair football.
Hey guys, I'm Gianluca Luisi, 27 years old, and I've been playing powerchair football for over 13 years. And this is my story basically. And I'm going to start by telling you really how I started, And it was back in 2007. I think around that time, a friend of my dad's heard of this sport, powerchair football, which was being played at a local spinal injury recovery centre called Aspire, which is part of Stanmore Hospital, if you're familiar with that part of the world. If you know the sport, you know what a great club that is to be part of. And yeah, as a 14-year-old, I went there really shy and really unaware that there were that many other people like me in my situation, because at school I was the only disabled kid and I couldn't play any of the normal sports, so I felt discriminated in that way and pretty alone really, until I got to this place and realised that okay, here's a sport I can play and fit in and just be normal and not stand out and be different, just be another kid, and it did wonders for my confidence, and it's done that for a lot of kids. And there were 3 or 4 players that I still play alongside today that started back then with me or were already around, and we're all pretty new to the sport. It was something new, and to go on and win trophies, it just made it even better. And of course it's not all about winning, but it's so much better when you do. And finally, something I could actually put my full potential into and actually achieve something in, outside of the classroom, And those kids later became family, and our families are all friends to this day. And it's a really close bond that we have. And if someone ever asked me what excites me the most, I would say scoring a goal or saving a shot, because I've been lucky enough to play in goal and play outfield, and I've done both. And yeah, of course winning a trophy eventually is the next milestone, but yeah, just that adrenaline you get, that rush you get before any game, friendly or cup final, it's the same. And yeah, to be part of a winning team is even better, and I've been lucky enough to do that on several occasions. Having said that, of course, the sport, like I said, it's given me so many great memories, great friends, taken me to places around the world that I might not have otherwise gone, So, yeah, of course, winning trophies, scoring goals, doing it with your friends too, alongside your teammates, and winning, yeah, of course it's better when you win, but even when we lose, we have a laugh after sometimes. Of course it's not pleasant to lose, and if someone asked me what would I want to achieve, they're the same goals as the beginning, get in the England team, score goals, win trophies, play well, you know, and hopefully pass that on to younger generations of players, and maybe do a bit of coaching. Maybe one day, you know, pass my knowledge of the sport on to others. And yeah, away from Padre football, there's YouTube for me. I'm a YouTuber, and a lot of the work on my channel has linked in with Padre football. Whenever we've had a weekend in Nottingham where we play the National League in the UK, and so I always vlog these kind of events and trips that we have. You know, I mean, I upload vlogs, I do podcasts, I do live streams, so it's another way to be creative. I also love, you know, a trip to the pub, meeting up with friends, well, post-COVID. I love going out and about, whether it's around London or in Italy when I'm on holiday, visiting the family. I will take my camera and I will vlog all these adventures, and it's what makes my channel what it is today, after 3 years. You know, and yeah, the sport has come a long way. And there's players that stand out in your mind, players you've seen play, or players you've played alongside. And first of all, I mean, I'd have to say the best player I've seen in person is probably Momo. In 2016 in Denmark, we were at the Champions Cup, and we didn't do too well, but Momo and his French team went on and won the tournament. So to see that was just incredible. A player that's done it all with France. And you know, speaking of winners and champions, I've played alongside the great John Boulding at Aspire, so that taught me so much, and I was coached by him as well. He was player manager, so it was amazing to learn from him and play alongside. And you know, if not for that time in my career, I would not be the player I am today. So, you know, those are two people that stand out in the sport, you know, for me. But today I'm part of a team called Muscle Warriors under the Aspire Hub. You know, my team is made up of players that I started playing alongside so many years ago, back in 2007, still playing today like me, and some newer players, some younger players that have a lot of potential to go onto the England team and do great things. And so I'm very happy to be part of this team and mentor these younger players in some ways. And, you know, I said earlier about what excites me, but when I see younger players go on and achieve great things, that is a beautiful thing. You know, to pass knowledge on and see them do what you love to do, you know, and thrive in this sport that today there's so many more players and so much more attention to the sport, but we need to keep going and get more attention and, you know, get more countries involved, which is happening day by day. So, you know, there's a lot of potential in this sport. And yeah, final question, you know, how have I survived this difficult year? Well, it's been a battle, that's for sure. It's been difficult for all of us, more than the average person, because of shielding and lockdown and having to be extra careful and not take risks. You know, it's been so difficult being isolated from the get-go. From, you know, February, isolated from the world. It's been difficult, but I've carried on with my YouTube. I've missed Powerchair football so much, though. That is a big part of my life that's missing at the moment. And until we get back to normal, we won't be playing it anytime soon. And that is difficult, but I just know that I want to appreciate the sport even more when I get back. Because I'm going to miss it. I've missed it so much. You know, and as a disabled person, you're used to adversity, you know. But nothing can really prepare you for a year of lockdown, really. And I've been battling through it. So has my entire family. been difficult, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and spent a lot of time not interacting with other people, but it's been an inward journey to realise about who I am and what really matters in life and what really is important. And, personally, I got through the last lockdown pretty unscathed, but a lot of people suffered financially and from a mental health point of view, so just have to stay strong. I tried to make isolation that opportunity to really look inward and find out who I am. Take a pause and look around and appreciate what I've done in all these years, and especially in power chair football, which has been a great part of my life and continues to be. And it's like a family, So I want to thank you guys for giving me the chance to tell you my story, really. And that's it from me. Stay safe, guys. Take care, and I'll see you soon.
We drop in on Austria now to find out more about the host of the regular Club Talk sessions.
I've been involved in the sports for 6 years now. It started I think it was 2014 in Vienna, where we've had a kind of a development tournament, and Martin Bevan and Stephen Crump came here to introduce the rules to us, to introduce the game to us. And a friend of mine, Ilias, who is active player now, asked me if I could spare an hour or two to have kind of a course to get to know the game. And it came out that it wasn't just 1 or 2 hours. It was just the first day of 3. The first day was a 6 or 7 hour theory course with Marvin, and I was sitting there and was like, Ilias, oh man, come on. You said like 1 or 2 hours, have something planned in the afternoon. Second day was just practice games, refereeing. Third day was the tournament. But 6 years later, I'm glad, I'm very happy that happened, and thank you for that, Ilias. What excites me the most about the sports is to give something back to those people who often have a hard time being an active part of the society. I mean, this may sound a little bit harsh, but I've had some experience with Ilias, who I grew up with, who I know since we were kids, and people often didn't understand how it is to sit in a wheelchair, how it is to be Ilias, and I really didn't understand that fact, because for me he was just a friend, and this sports gives those people a chance to have joy, to have happiness. I mean, those eyes after a win, or it doesn't really have to be a win, just being part of for example, an international tournament, which we had in Finland with my fellow colleagues from Austria. It's just this happiness and the joy, as I said, you giving chance to them is just unbelievable. And on the other hand we're all like a huge family from all over the world. It doesn't really matter if you are from Ireland, from Finland, France, Argentina. When we meet at those tournaments, we're like a big family, and we haven't seen my uncle or my cousin for months or years. And getting back together, laughing, drinking, having fun is just such a joy, and I love being part of this community. My next personal achievement would be to be an active part of the refereeing team at a World Cup. I think everybody dreams about to be an active part of a World Cup. It doesn't really matter if it is the running game or power chair football. It is such a big achievement on this level. I mean, a World Cup is the highest level you can reach. And for me personally, I would like to referee a game on a World Cup. On the long term, I would see myself, or I would like to be kind of an ambassador for this sports, maybe directly at the FIFA, and to raise the awareness about the sport and about the people who play it, and to make it more internationally known. And I think it is such a huge potential in the sport that this is a realistic dream I would like to achieve. I think there is no particular game I can highlight or I would like to highlight, but refereeing on an international level is always a very exciting job. And I think at the Nations Cup in Finland, I refereed France against Northern Ireland, and having good players, having World Cup champions on the field is always a very exciting job. I can also mention from the Nations Cup in Denmark, I'm not sure if it was the first or second, there was a match where there was a lot of pressure on me because my first game or my first two games weren't that good, and everybody was expecting a lot, or others weren't expecting nothing. And I said to myself, Nordin, you just have to go out there and have fun. You know, I think I know it is a lot of responsibility to ref a good game, but if you have fun doing it, like if for a player, if you have fun playing football, you can not do a lot wrong. You know, I think that is a message I can put out to enjoying, maybe for young referees, enjoy the moment, seize the moment, and you will do good as I did good at the Nations Cup. Well, in my free time, I really like to do things that are about football. I like playing football, I like watching football. Before the pandemic or before the lockdown, we used to play 2 times a week, Wednesdays and Sundays. We used to play 5-a-side, so I really miss that. So I understand the players and the staff that said they miss training session, they miss tournaments. I know what you're talking about, guys, because I really miss playing football as well. On the other side, I also like watching football. I'm a huge AC Milan fan, so I watch every game. I watch the Europa League, I watch the Italian League. I also like to play FIFA. I like to grind the weekend league on weekends, so the younger ones of you will understand what I'm talking about. Well, as a player who I really enjoy watching, I have to mention Momo Gelami, because his technique and his way of playing football is just wow. You know, the first time I saw him at the Champions Cup in Denmark, I was just blown away by his technique, by his way of playing the ball. You know, his body deceptions where he goes in this way and then turns the ball the other way. It's just fascinating. I also like Brian from France because he is a player who can play everywhere. He can play as a striker, as a defender, or even as a goalkeeper. And I also need to mention Ilyas Jusic because he's a natural talent. The first time he played in Vienna back in 2014, even Martin and Crumpy said, yeah, this guy is a good player. This guy has a future. And yeah, those 3 players are those I would like to mention. Well, this year was very, very hard year, not just for me, for all of us, but thank God I'm healthy. I've stayed healthy, and that is the most important thing for me. And yeah, it was frustrating. It was the lockdown, the stay at home phase, but you know, guys, I'm very optimistic, and this will be over. In a year or 2, we will be looking back, and we're gonna say, yeah, I mean, it's over. It was hard, but now we can live our lives like we used to, and it will be all right, guys. It will be.
Two young stars for the future from Finland share the stage together now to give us some information on their journey so far.
Mä olen pelannut tätä kohtaa 5 vuotta ja Iskä ehdotti tätä harrastusta mulle.
Miksi minä aloitin jalkapalloa, koska äiti löysi tämä jalkapallo ja minun mielestä se on aika kiva. Ja milloin aloitin, se oli jossain, voi olla puoli vuotta tai 1/4 vuotta jossain.
Tämä on aika jännittävä harrastus ja se tekee siitä jännittävästä tosi nopeasti.
Mikä tekee sähkäristä jännän? Se on nopeus, koska sähköpeli on tosi nopea ja sillä voi tehdä ihan kaikkia nopeudella.
Haluaisin kehittyä paremmaksi pelaajaksi. Harrastan tietokoneella pelaamista.
Mulla on muitakin harrastuksia kuin tämä harrastus. Se on pianonsoitto, shakki ja laulaminen.
Idoli on Brian Weiss.
Mun mielestä pelaaja-idoli se on Thomas, koska mun mielestä hän pelaa tosi hyvin ja mun mielestä vielä hän on tosi kiva.
Two brothers now from Scotland tell us about their beginnings with their club and their aspirations to progress in the league and beyond when football returns.
Hello everyone, my name's Paul McIntyre. I play power chair football for Riverside.
Hi there, my name's Scott McIntyre. I also play power chair football for Riverside and Stirling. We're currently in the MD UK Championship under the Scottish Power Chair Football Association. We started the club up in August 2018, where there was a few taster sessions before I found it, but they were at the schools within the Stirling district, and that's where some of the players came through from. And also I was able to say to a few of my friends in my local town, Stephen and my brother being the other one, he's going to tell you a little bit about how he came to enjoy the football.
Well, my brother said that I would enjoy coming to the football, and I went to the first training session and I enjoyed it, really enjoyed it from that point on. And obviously as we progressed it just became really enjoyable.
So as that season unfolded, we had about 2 months just to get prepared for the first game against I didn't know much about them at the time, but Tayside, who are one of the top sides within Scottish power chair football, they were in our league, so we didn't know what to expect, but we just kind of prepared ourselves the best we could with the equipment we had, which was everyone was working on the day chairs and the striker bumpers at the beginning, which was fine because it was something fun. That's what it was at the beginning. It was much fun for all of us just to get playing football again after many years of not everybody does play football at a younger age, but fortunately me and my brother had that opportunity to do so. And Paul will tell you how he feels about success during that first season.
I felt like we play our first game, we see how we got on, it gives us an eye opener to see what type of opposition we're up against, and then we realise maybe that we have to work a wee bit harder on different ideas and trying to become a competitive team. And obviously as we progressed the team, we lost a few games, we drew a few games, and we managed to win one, so that was a great achievement for me and all the whole team, I would say.
I'd agree with that, Paul. I would also like to add that the coaches and all the volunteers really did help in getting us all prepared on the day and getting us bumper strapped to the chairs and just giving us a wee bit of motivation just to go out and play and just enjoy ourselves in that first season. As it progressed and we began to start getting the correct equipment which we needed, it started to make us more competitive on the pitch, but that started more into the season that we've just had there, the one that 2019-20 season where
I feel like when we played in that season, players started scoring goals and everybody just started stepping up to be a good team and progress on what we tried to really do.
So as Paul's saying about the progression, we did manage to platform that into that season and start off a kind of rivalry between ourselves and Clyde Caledonia, where we were neck and neck. It was even coming down to goals at points. We're neck and neck all the way, drawing the other times we played each other. And in the last day of the season, I wasn't there in that game because sadly I wasn't well, but
we started playing and I got booked early in the game, which was really not a very good idea. I'm quite nervous, and obviously as I settled down a bit, I gave a pass to Aaron, put a pass and he scored an absolute world of a goal that was absolutely amazing, and it's really good to see it going in the back of the net, but especially Aaron scoring it, which was really good. And then as the game progressed, it was neck and neck at that point. It was one each, so as you could tell, it was all rather exciting at that point. And then we managed to get another goal, which I hit a great pass to Lee, and Lee finished it off. So it was a really fitting. It was fitting how we won it, and it was a really, really good day on that day. Very emotional, but I wouldn't have thought I'd ever get emotional. But anyway, football.
So like Paul was saying about the emotion, that is football. You see it in the modern game, and you also see it in the power chair game. You see it in the men's game and the women's game. It's just the emotion is there, and it's great. But as we won that league that season, it was fitting to win it for Kyle. That was what we said it was for, and that's what we managed to do. But we want to progress from there. We want to go on again, compete in the championship. The players are going to come back hungrier. We're going to all come back with new chairs. Paul's going to get a strike force. I'm going to get a chair as well, and we're going to do what we can do. But with COVID, the restrictions are there. It's going to be difficult to get back. We are all chomping at the bit to get back, and we want to just get in there and play football again. Just even fun. Just get back out there training, work hard, and see where we are at the end of the season again.
Yeah, I agree with that. Well, I've got a lot of aspirations to go and play for Scotland, which I really want to do, and obviously the time we've had off, we have really had to reflect on what we want to achieve in the sport, and it's very positive. From we go back into the football, it'll be very refreshing, it'll feel new, it'll feel that we want it a bit more, which is very good for everybody in the club and everybody that wants to play wheelchair football. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Goodbye.
We travel now to a city in northern France to meet another player and get to know him a little better.
Salut tout le monde, j'espère que vous allez bien. Donc aujourd'hui on se retrouve pour une toute nouvelle vidéo, un peu particulière certes, mais intéressante. Du coup je vais vous dévoiler mon parcours à travers un questionnaire que j'ai reçu. Donc je tenais, bien avant de lancer cette vidéo, je tenais à remercier Donald plus la EPFA News pour leur invitation, et ça me tient très très à cœur. Donc j'espère que la vidéo vous plaira et que beaucoup de gens vont pouvoir la voir. Donc du coup, mon arrivée dans le foot fauteuil, c'était il y a 3 ans, ouais, grâce à un foyer près de Caen. Donc du coup, j'ai intégré l'équipe de Caen. Très très bonne expérience, mais en fait, ce qui me dérangeait, c'était que ça ne correspondait plus à mes attentes au fil des entraînements. Et du coup, j'ai décidé d'arrêter mon aventure avec eux. Et depuis, du coup, j'ai rejoint le foot fauteuil de Rouen. Ça va faire 3 ans cette année, en 2021, du coup. Donc voilà, pour l'instant c'est que du kiff, donc j'espère que ça continue, et je vais tout donner en tout cas pour aller le plus loin possible. Donc du coup j'ai commencé il y a 3-4 ans du côté de Caen, et là du coup ça va faire 3 ans, donc je dirais un peu plus de 7 ans, ou entre 5 et 7 ans du coup. fauteuil. Alors moi, il faut savoir que je suis un très très grand passionné de foot et du coup, moi, ce qui me passionne dans le foot fauteuil, c'est de se surpasser justement parce que je suis un gagneur, j'ai une mentalité à pouvoir gagner, j'aime les défis, j'aime me surpasser pour mes coéquipiers et du coup, mon but à moi, c'est d'emmener chaque club par lequel je vais passer à la victoire. Du coup, et c'est mon but premier en tout cas. Donc du coup, comme je l'ai dit auparavant, je suis quelqu'un qui est ambitieux et qui a de très très gros projets dans le foot fauteuil. Donc mon premier, bien évidemment, donc vu que je joue en national, mon premier, bien évidemment, ça serait d'emmener l'équipe nationale donc à Rouen le plus haut possible. Hein, du coup, mon premier but à moi, personnellement, ça serait ça. Ensuite, si j'ai les moyens, ça serait de monter de division, que ce soit la D2, la D3 ou bien évidemment la D1. C'est mon but. Je veux progresser en essayant de monter de plus en plus de grades et pourquoi pas aller le plus haut possible, quoi. Du coup, je suis un très très grand fan aussi de jeux vidéo. Donc généralement quand je sais qu'il n'y a pas de foot fauteuil, et du coup soit je sors, soit je joue à FIFA, ou soit je regarde des films, j'écoute la musique, etc. Donc j'essaie de m'occuper de façon ludique, quoi. Du coup, j'essaie de m'occuper et de justement de pas trop y penser parce que le foot fauteuil c'est quand même ma passion et quand il y en a pas, j'avoue que je suis un peu triste en fait. Donc j'essaie de pas trop y penser et je m'occupe en faisant mes activités habituelles, genre c'est-à-dire écoute, jouer à la play et écouter la musique, etc. Enfin, j'essaie de diversifier un peu, mais c'est très très difficile. Alors du coup, je vais citer Monsieur Brahim Sebian. C'est vraiment quelqu'un en qui je me reconnais parce que j'ai la chance de l'avoir avec moi cette année en tant que coéquipier. Et franchement, il a tout pour être un excellent joueur. C'est un excellent joueur d'ailleurs. Et ouais, il a tout pour aller loin. C'est un mec avec le cœur sur la main. C'est un gagneur, il a un bon état d'esprit et moi je me reconnais vraiment en lui parce que moi ma priorité c'est de gagner, quoi. J'accepterai pas la défaite ou alors j'accepte mais difficilement. Mais sinon de base je suis quelqu'un vraiment qui accepte pas la défaite. Moi mon seul but c'est de gagner et d'emmener les équipes avec lesquelles je suis le plus haut possible et puis voilà, quoi, c'est vraiment ça. Du coup, comme là actuellement nous sommes en période de Covid, comme vous le savez, donc du coup j'ai la chance d'être en famille, donc ça me fait penser à autre chose. Et puis bon, j'ai pas mal de matériel, j'ai mon PC, j'ai mon ordi, j'ai tout ce qu'il faut pour être bien entre guillemets. Et voilà, j'espère que cette pandémie va très vite s'arrêter pour qu'on puisse reprendre une vie normale et reprendre bien sûr le foot fauteuil et puis reprendre la compétition surtout. Et pouvoir à nouveau se ressentir bien, quoi, du coup. Donc voilà, pour moi c'était la fin de ce questionnaire. Donc je remercie encore une fois Donald et la EPFA News pour leur invitation et de m'avoir permis de faire ce questionnaire. Je m'excuse d'avance pour le bafouillage si des fois je bafouille un peu, mais c'est vrai que c'est pas facile parce que je suis plutôt habitué à voir les gens en face de moi, donc je m'excuse auprès de ceux qui vont voir cette vidéo et j'espère que cette vidéo vous plaira et j'espère aussi vous retrouver pourquoi pas sur une prochaine OP ou alors sur les terrains, pourquoi pas. En attendant, souvenez-vous, on est en période Covid et ça c'est très important, on est en période Covid. Prenez bien soin de vous et de vos proches et prenez soin de vous et on se retrouve plus tard. C'était Michael. Et passez une agréable journée, prenez soin de vous et à plus tard. Ciao les amis, bon visionnage.
It has been announced in France that Farid Roed Jali will step down from his position of sports director at the end of December and will be replaced by Auralien van den Bergh. In England at the recent AGM there have been some changes and some new faces, and we wish them well. The victorious EPFA Nations Cup team received their international caps, and the online engagements continued with a workshop given by England head coach Colin Gordon. Italy are organising a live presentation of Poucher football to highlight the progress that has been made. Austria's club talks continue each Friday and are well worth joining in on. International Day of Persons with Disabilities was well marked across many different platforms and social media, with Poucher football highlighted by many national football associations and another media. Remember, get in contact with EPFA News at the email below, and until next time, take care.